Hey, what's going on, you guys? I again will say that I know that like these Transformer ones kind of seem to be taking the spotlight here for the moment, and that's just because all of a sudden I'm finding a lot more that I want, including this one. Today we are reviewing Transformer Studio Series Hot Rod. I do apologize, I did take this out already, so like for example, there would be an Autobot symbol here, but you got a nice picture of Hot Rod from Transformers The Last Knight, as you can see here. To really quickly say, why do I want this version of Hot Rod so much? This is the version of Hot Rod I knew. Now, yes, I grew up with a couple of different Transformers cartoons, but I don't remember Hot Rod from any of them. If he did show up in any of those, like I know obviously he showed up in the original cartoon, but I don't think I ever saw episodes with him in it. Um, I don't think he showed up in Transformers Animated, and I don't know if he showed up in Prime. So, but those are the ones I grew up with. But I also grew up with the movies, and this is the Hot Rod I was introduced to, and I've loved this version of him. I know that a lot of people are kind of annoyed with how they did his character. I know that what his storyline is kind of like in the original cartoon, but this is the version of Hot Rod I want. So here you go. There's Hot Rod. It says Autobot Hot Rod here. Got Transformers and the logo up there. Got the Transformers Last Knight. On the side, you got a cool picture of Hot Rod looking intimidating. He's 93. On the side, you got another picture of Hot Rod, basically the same one, but you get to see more of him. On the back, you get to see a picture of his Lamborghini. I think it's Centenario. I think that's the model. But you got a Lamborghini, and you got a picture of the bot here. It talks about London Escape, and then the very brief bio says here, Hot Rod diverts the authorities as Bumblebee races to the Royal Navy Submarine Museum. It's very basic. It's what happened in the movie, you know. But obviously there's a lot more to his character, as you can see in the movie. But here he is. I will say, part of the reason why it took me so long to review this, obviously I didn't post anything, but I did get him on Friday, as of this recording. And the reason why it took me so long was partly because I could not get him transformed for the life of me. So I want to give a huge shout out to the Transformers action figure reviewer known as Prime versus Prime. Without your help, I would have not gotten this transformed. I also want to give a shout out to MGO, who also reviews Transformers figures. He also did help me with this. Not personally, but I watched their videos that helped me transform this guy. So I do want to give a huge shout out to them because I was having a really hard time transforming him. So, but here he is in his Lamborghini mode. As you can see, there's a lot of panel lining, and I know that's like one of the biggest complaints about this transformation mode, and you can also see all the bits in here. Maybe they should have just, used like a black glass here or something. But you see a lot of panel lining. You get the Lamborghini logo right there. You get the lights, and you get the highlight of orange throughout. Same there. He's got the spoiler here. This is like the only piece I wasn't able to get connected, as you can kind of see, but it's fine. And then there's the underside. So it's actually kind of clean. It's not, because since you rotate the head, you don't see the head, but you can see the head very, very slightly. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there in the corner, but yeah. But before we take any more look at him, let's get into what he comes with. So he comes with the usual Studio Series little display base. And this is the London car chase scene. So you got that in the Transformers The Last Knight. So pretty standard. And then he comes with his Stop the Time gun. And you can also take this off if you just want it to be like a regular blaster. But personally, I think it works as both when you have it this way. And this can store on here. Can you store it on here? There's a place to store it. Hold on. I'll be honest, I don't know where this stores. Huh. Well, if I figure it out, I mean, I don't know if you can fit it under him, but there's a place, and I'm sure I'm like just not seeing it. Like, how is it angled? Hold on. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's how you store it. It's a bit ridiculous if you ask me, but hey, it actually doesn't look too bad. But, you know, got that option for you. At least it's storage, right? So yeah, and of course, you can roll a little bit. I probably don't have everything, you know, nice and snug, because the wheels don't roll completely, but here we are. I will say, if you do have, like I said earlier, if you do have trouble transforming him, please go watch either MGO or Prime vs. Prime. They do an excellent job of showing how to transform him. I struggle with, as you can tell, with a lot of these Transformers figures. The only two that I've been able to do successfully with using the instructions or on my own has been my RC and Soundwave figure. But here we are. So there you go. I like it. This is really cool. This makes me want to get the Lockdown even more, just because I like the idea of these two like like fighting, because you know they transform into the same brand of car. It's not the same car. I don't know if it's the same model. I don't think it is. So, but I shall get them untransformed. But yeah. So here we go. I'll be honest, I don't know how I'm gonna get them untransformed. I'm gonna rub these in here. Yep, that's about par for the course. And then I will be right back with you guys. All right, so it took a little bit, and that's why I had to kind of just cut back to me when it was fully transformed, because this is kind of complicated to do so. But here he is. Here is Hot Rod. So yeah, but like I said, if you guys really want help transforming this guy, go watch Prime vs. Prime, because I will not be able to do it for you, because it'll just be frustrating trying to do that. So here he is in his robot mode. You may be wondering why I have these wheels still fully out. You will see why later. So yeah, here's Hot Rod. He looks extremely accurate to the film, and I'm sorry if it's blurry. I don't know why it is. But I apologize for being blurry. I don't know why my camera's not focusing. Probably because it's focusing on me. But yeah, so there you go. Pretty good looking. Well, the head, it looks exactly like how he does in the movie. He's kind of sword, but I forgot to compare his Kara mode to RC, who's currently transformed at the moment. But I guess I should also show his gun in his hand, which just slides in like that. I'm sure since there's a port here, you could probably add blast effects, but all is dependent on, and sometimes it sits at a weird angle, but there you go. So yeah, and so you see all the orange, and the black, which apparently is actually supposed to be really dark brown, but so yeah, there you go. Let's get into some size comparisons before we get into articulation. So, of course, we have to get them next to some of his allies. And honestly, another guy that I would consider being like a second in command or of sorts, Ironhide. There are those two together. They scale pretty well. I think they look really cool together. Then, of course, you've got to get some enemies as well. So here he is next to Studio Series Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie. So there you go. There's those size comparisons. There goes Ironhide's gun. Actually, I should really quickly check. Can he use Ironhide's gun? He can. So if you want that, you also have that. And you actually might... Hold on. You can actually get him into a two-handed pose. Sort of. Kind of like a mock two-handed pose. With Ironhide's gun, if you want to do that. And obviously vice versa with his time gun, I imagine. So there's that. But I guess if you want to do that, I'm sure as well he could probably hold, maybe he can hold sound waves. And that he holds much better, but yeah, so if you want to do that, you can also explore that realm. I guess to do a comparison, this is going to be a bit of a harder one. That's how he looks standing next to a transformed Autobot. Here he is next to RC. I will say that the motorcycle for RC is probably a bit out of scale. Like for the Cybertronian like truck that like Ironhide transforms into, it probably isn't such a big deal because it's, you know, a Cybertronian truck, so it probably doesn't really matter too much. But it is definitely bigger than his Lamborghini. So you can do whatever with it, but that definitely is like way out of scale. But whatever. You got that. So, but I don't really have them planned to stay transformed anyways. Like I said, I hope to really get locked down because I would love to transform both of those and compare them next to each other. So yeah. Articulation. So his head can move up that much. Look side to side. It can look down much farther. Shoulders go out all the way. They rotate. And you can also kind of bend them down as well. That's partly for transformation. He's got a bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow that goes up that far. Doesn't really have any wrist articulation. Actually, he does. It does actually swivel. Wow, I did not know that. So it can swivel, but it doesn't really go in and out. He doesn't have an ab crunch. He does have a waist swivel. His legs can kick out that far. He can kick back that far. And kick out. Yeah, there it goes. I've noticed that with a lot of Transformers reviews that at least one of the legs on this figure does not like to stay on. Especially if you pop it off right away. Because I tried to transform it and that's when it popped off. and ever since then it's been kind of doing that. But it's got a thigh rotation, kind of. Now, the reason why I have this wheel out is because when it comes, let's see, come on, is because if you have it out fully, you can get it to bend better, I think. Maybe. I know it did on one leg. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So there's a much better idea for you. Then his ankle don't really move back, but they move up. That's for transformation. They can swivel. Oh, they can move back a little bit. Oh, you just have to have the right at the right angle. And they don't have any wrinkle. Oh, they do have ankle rocker as well. So there's that for you. So yeah, definitely a longer review. I promise I will get Ravage, but I saw Hot Rod and I was just like, I gotta get that figure. I've been looking for this figure for the longest time, and plus, you know, I do want to get more. There are some Bayverse figures that I do want to get, and starting off with probably my favorite Bayverse character. There was that. They also had Crosshairs there, and they also had the Bumblebee Ratchet. So hopefully I'll get those. And then, but yes, I will get Ravage. I hope to see more Decepticons, hopefully. I'm really hoping to see Thundercracker. That is my favorite Decepticon. So here you are. That is Hot Rod, and I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.